guys, so I'll be showing you how to draw something like this, and it's just my basic placement of the nose, the mouth, the eyes, and the head shape. So it's going to look like this. That's a little doodle me. Okay, so today I'm going to be using these pretty much 2 pens and pencil, so nothing fancy. Start by drawing a circle, kind of getting roughly what I want here. Then I go a little darker with this circle here. The line that I like. It's not necessarily going to be a circle, it's more of a oval that's oblong this way, as in longer this way than it is up and down. Kind of. So the curve goes like this. You're going to want to drop a line right below the curve, so about right here. Not too long. And do the same over here. Now what you're going to want to do after that, draw a line like this, roughly following the curve of the circle that we did here, a little bit at a steeper angle. And then at this point, I'm going to want to put this in here. My half lines for these, for the circle. One going vertically, one going horizontally. Continue with this line a little more. And then after that, we're going to want to put about halfway in between here, halfway in between this little section of the circle, a line. And that's basically our workspace for when we put eyes in. This is probably, or pretty much all forehead, and then this is where the hair is going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up this side. Pardon me if you can't see. I'm going to want to drop that line a little bit more. Level these out. Doesn't matter if they're perfect or not. Adjusting my circle a bit because it doesn't. I'm going to fix all that in the end, the unevenness. So then, depending on who you're going to draw, in my case here I was drawing me and I was looking at a picture of me. Let's just do another random character. I don't know. It's going to have pretty. I'll probably just draw me again. When you're drawing hair, you always want to. I like to add a second line here, another guideline, to show me where the hair is going to go on here, because the hair isn't going to come right off of the skull. It's got thickness to it. If it comes right off the skull, it doesn't look right. As you can see in this picture, it's just, to my eye, I can tell, because from here, if you can tell, my guideline was right here, and that's where I was starting the hair from, and you don't want to do that because it takes away from the drawing. On these two, my skull was probably about right here. Let me get that in the frame. My skull was about right here, and then I put the hair off of that. So, bit of a difference here. So, that's why we put that line in. You could not do it if you want, that's cool. Whatever. I'm just going to add some lines here. Another thing, if you want to do precise shading and whatnot, always have a part for the hair. Because if you notice on people, hair usually all comes from one direction, and that helps you when you're shading it, because that's the direction that you want all your lines to follow when you draw the hair, like that. If this was my center point, all lines would be pointing to there. But it doesn't matter right now. I'm not going to do that for this. This is just placement of stuff. If you want a hair video, I'll give you a hair video, but mostly it's not that complex. When you put the ears down, I like to put mine a little bit less than this line. I just put an angle out like that on both sides. And then from there, I like to go down a little bit, and it's going to come right about here. So a little bit off of where this curve is. And then here, a little bit where the curve is. Want to make sure they're even, roughly. Which they are. And then from there, I guess the nose, which you were having problems with. On my drawing, there's several different ways you could do noses. On this one, I put a little bit of a triangle, just a bit, to indicate the shadow on the nose. Or you could do it this way, where you draw a triangle for the nose, and you do a little shading on the bottom, which is popular in Soul Eater. I'm just going to do the little triangles just because it's easy. When I do it, I like to put it right here, just like that. That's all you really need. And then the mouth usually likes to start where this is, where the bottom line of the circle is. So I'm going to draw that. And you could start it a little higher. On my drawing, I did a little higher. I had a longer jaw though. I'm actually going to make this jaw a little longer. Nah, the same. But for the most part, I can remove these guidelines. I'm just going to put a frown on him, because at this point I don't care. Erase these straight lines. Add some crazy cartoon hair or whatever. Which I'm going to add. Okay. Just going to go over everything. Pen. Like I said, I'm not going to put a lot of time into this hair. Try and line up that, even though I said I'm not going to try very hard on the hair. Can't help it. Blending these two, the sideburns and that together, can be a little tricky. I didn't do very well in this one. And then you can draw your jaw in here. I adjusted my lines a little bit. Just going straight up and down is sometimes robotic, so I added a little curve right here. And I can add my ears in, which I'm going to make a little smaller than I did before. Same thing on this one, a little smaller. A little bit of hair behind there. For ears, when I draw ears, and this is not necessarily what my ears look like, but I like to add that. And then usually it's got hair right here covering it. I like to add a little triangle, kind of cartoony, but this represents the little lip that you have in your ear. And this represents your little earlobe thing, which you can see if you look in the mirror. So yeah, whatever. Add that in there. So there you go. And on my drawing, I had eyes closed. On this one, you could have them open if you wanted to. Like I said, not so much a video on eyes, but I like to add circles. Use them. Go like that, or whatever you want to do for the eyes. I'm going to add a blindfold to them. After this, after I'm done putting in this, the basicness of that, I'm going to add darkness in here. A little bit of shading where the eyes would be. A little bit funky. I don't really care. But there we go. And then a little bit of hair in the back. The neck. In this case, you're drawing chibi, so neck wouldn't really be that big. But a bit of that. A little bit of this. It's supposed to be like a little fold, but or if we do one side, we want to do the other, like you do in algebra. And then a little bit of shading for where that is, not necessary, but I like to put it. There we go. Not really going to do much in terms of shading. Erase these lines. And that's pretty much it. That's how you get the positioning of everything just right. And as far as the nose goes, you could do it like this, where all I did, because you probably can't see due to my hand, I had a triangle, and then kind of like a vector shape, which you can adjust the width of, depending on how much you want to define the nose. Some people even like to draw the little triangle, and they like to add another little triangle like this, a little lip right here, and like that. Like I said, all depends on your style, whatever you want. But so that's how you position the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, and that's how you do it. So if you want me to draw a picture of you, I could try. All depends on what you're doing, who you're drawing. But yeah, my guy's gonna have white hair. This is gonna be a little darker than here. It's inside the ear. But yeah, you get the idea. So yeah, that's how you do it. Thank you. And if you need any other help, I'm here.